following is a question that came up on a final exam a couple of years ago. It was a 5-mark question. Yeah, write this down on page 56. It was a 5-mark question that was on the non-calculator part that combined everything that you learned in this unit to solve for this. So I'll give you a couple seconds to write it down, and then we'll get going. We're going to find all possible values of x, given that the volume of the box is 96 centimeters cubed. So write a function for volume if the side lengths are x, x plus 2, and x plus 10. Well, you know that length times width times height is the volume of a rectangular prism. So there is mark number 1 in this 5-mark question. You know that the volume of the box is 96, and so now you have to solve this equation without your calculator. What if you're going to solve this equation? This is an x cubed equation. How do you solve an x cubed equation? Same way you solve an x squared equation, you make it equal to 0 and try to factor it. Before you can make it equal to 0, though, you're going to need to expand it completely. So I multiply the x through. Now I'll multiply this through. X cubed minus 2x squared plus 10x squared will be plus 12x squared. And then we'll get plus 20x. So multiplying that out gives us x cubed plus 12x squared plus 20x. So if we set one side equal to 0, minus 96. So now we're going to have to use our factor theorem and remainder theorem till we find something that works. How many possibilities are there with 96? 1 in 96, 2 in 48, 3 in 32. There's a lot of them. Okay? So you try plugging in 1. It doesn't equal 0. Try plugging in negative 1. It doesn't equal 0. You keep trying things until you plug in negative 2. If this is p of x, if I call this p of x, if I plug in 2, not negative 2, if I plug in 2, it's equal to 0. 8 plus 48 is 56, plus 40 is 96, minus 96 is 0. So x minus 2 is a factor. And we can use our synthetic division. 1, 12, 20, negative 96. With positive 2 out here. Bring down the 1. And we get that p of x, well, I'll just write 0 equals, and we factored out an x minus 2, and we are left with x squared plus 14x plus 48, which you can factor this further. So this is where all possible solutions came into effect, because there are other possible solutions. Because this could be x plus 6, x plus 8. So we have 3 possible solutions. X could equal 2, x could equal negative 6, and x could equal negative 8. But when you're thinking about your actual situation, you would then have to say, well, these two don't actually make sense. The only answer that makes sense is x equals 2. So by factoring it, getting all 3 possible answers, because with an x cubed there could be up to 3 possible answers, and then canceling out the ones that don't make sense, gave you the full 5 out of 5 marks on this question.